Tulsa Athletic. Mitchell Kashan. Alejandro Chavez. Stefan Savonchik. Vinicius de Oliveira. Jose Garcia. Titus Grant. Jonathan Harris. Leon Mello. Brady Moody. J. Rio Ramirez. In the goal, Bryson Reed. Javier Reyes. Joe Ruiz. Christopher Taylor. Ruben Torres. Aaron Ugba. Jordan Watson. And Anthony Winters. Your Tulsa Athletic. And with that, welcome to the opening round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Hi, everybody, and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. This is Wednesday. This is Tulsa, and this is the U.S. Open Cup. Tonight, from Athletic Community Field in Hicks Park, it's Tulsa Athletic versus Brazos Valley Cavalry. And hello, and it's been a long time, everybody. Toby Moore back in the booth. To my immediate left is my predecessor, the ghost of Tulsa Athletic broadcasts past, and now the current voice of FC Tulsa, Dave Saunders. And Dave, it is a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege to have you on our air tonight.
Thank you very much, Toby, and lovely to be here, everybody. Welcome in. This is what it's all about, the Open Cup, and we know, and we're going to talk about it tonight, aren't we, lots? There is a big prize that awaits the winner of this game.
Absolutely, Dave. The winner of this game gets to come back to Tulsa or stay in Tulsa and take on FC Tulsa of the USL Championship, which Tulsa Athletic fought to a 2-1 loss last year. The Brazos Valley Cavalry come up from USL 2. They won their division last season, losing in the first round of the playoffs to Asheville 3-0. Very thin squad coming up. Only 11 players made the trip. That'd be your Brazos Valley Cavalry going north to south, defending the north goal in the all-white. Tulsa Athletic, national semifinalists in the NPSL last year. Winners of the Heartland Division, winners of the South Region. Taking the field in their special U.S. Open Cup Pro Rel for America jerseys. They're in the pink and black print with photos of U.S. Open Cup champions of the past. While we have a little time here, Dave, let's get the lineups up.
Yes, indeed.
For the visiting Brazos Valley Cavalry, I'll try to do this in numerical order as well as I can. Number 4, Ariel Cordozo. Number 6, Jordan DaCosta. Number 5, Christian Guerrero. See, there it is right there. Number 9, Danny Riley. Danny is also the coach of Brazos Valley Cavalry. Number 10, Eduardo Bonato. Number 13, Raimundo Aguirre. Number 15, Bruno Lopez. Number 8, Randy Martinez. Number 23, Kyle Davis. Number 24, David Imbert. And in goal, number 25, Victor Villarreal. For the homestanding Tulsa Athletic, in goal tonight, number 1, Bryson Reed. Number 2, Chris Taylor. Number 6, Vinny Oliveira. Number 5, Alejandro Chavez. Number 7, Steven Secha. The high ball there in the middle third. Number 9, Aaron Ugba. Number 10, Jordan Watson. Number 13, Javo Reyes. Number 11, Titus Grant. Number 17, Joe Garcia. Number 21, Joe Ruiz. Straight to the action here as Brazos Valley Cavalry are on the attack. The ball is in touch. It's a throw-in coming up for Tulsa Athletic. And we are just getting underway on a hazy, windy Wednesday night here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Toby, tell me about this Oklahoma weather. I can't work it out. I'm in, a coat, a scarf, a hat, gloves one night, and then the next night, here we are in a T-shirt. It's 80 degrees, my friend.
Welcome.
That's Tulsa Athletic on the attack.
Welcome to Oklahoma. Story shot, parried away, but a corner kick won very early for Tulsa Athletic. And that's number 17, Smoke and Joe Garcia taking the corner. Joe scored 4 goals in limited time for Tulsa last year as he went to Australia and played professional ball in the National League 2 for Geelong Rangers last year, saving them from relegation, I might add.
The shot was from Setcher, wasn't it? It was a good break.
That was Setcher.
Long ball and just, as you say, tipped away for a corner. Here it is from Chris Taylor.
Catching practice there for Villarreal. Victor Villarreal plays the ball out. That's Danny Riley, team manager and forward. Bonato.
I always admire somebody who can be player manager, player coach. Danny Riley, it's not an easy job, is it? Because you're trying to read the game, you're trying to think, what am I going to say at half time? But you're also leading the line wearing the number 9 shirt.
Well, it has happened in other sports as well. Bill Russell's final year with the Boston Celtics, he was the player coach, leading them to an NBA championship over the Lakers. Lou Boudreau was the player manager of the 1948 Cleveland Indians that won the World Series. Throw-in coming up for Brazos Valley Cavalry.
I'm learning things already from you, Toby, and we've only been in the booth a couple of minutes together. It used to be...
That's trouble. Across the mouth of the goal. Imbert passes the ball out. Guerrero. Wormburner picked up by Bryson Reed.
Bryson really be happy to get his gloves on the ball and just slow things down here. Always good for the goalkeeper to feel that ball there in the gloves just early on. Good start to this game. It's evenly matched so far.
Absolutely. Bryson Reed. Ask anybody who knows the NPSL. He is one of the best goalkeepers in the nation in the 4th tier. Had a 0.67 goals against average last year with 6 clean sheets. Ball headed. There's Garcia. Ball popped up high in the air. That's Joe Ruiz. How that guy is not a pro yet just boggles my mind, Dave. Whistle. And a free kick coming to Tulsa.
I'll tell you what, he is one of those players where we say, you pay the entrance money just to watch him. He is such a class player. Pops up all over the field and just highly skilled. You're absolutely right. Someone's got to pick him up somewhere.
He is never in the wrong place. He has a crazy high soccer IQ. If you could split Adamson's soccer, he could do it.
And he'll be looking to dictate the game in the middle of the midfield there.
Absolutely. The veteran Javo Reyes with the ball right now. Ball punched up.
Interesting for me, Toby, that Athletics at the moment are playing quite long balls up there, just testing out that back three of the opponents here tonight.
Oh, why wouldn't you? I mean, they have no substitutes on the bench. It's almost like, in tennis, if you think you have a fitness edge on your opponent, you're going to run them side to side in the first set and not let up. We're in the 5th minute right now. There is no score in this U.S. Open Cup first round tie between Tulsa Athletic and Brazos Valley Cavalry.
Vinny Oliveira there just running out of field and just knocking the ball away. Referee just having a little word there saying we don't want any of that tonight.
That was DaCosta and Imbert. I believe Imbert and Jordan DaCosta are the only 2 players that played on the USL 2 division-winning side last year in the lineup today. They're both from France.
There we go. Another je ne sais quoi. But it's important to have those guys in the team, isn't it? A couple of guys will be talking to the younger lads, settling them into this game. 0-0 at the moment. Big prize awaits, as we say.
That is Titus Grant on the left wing, the speedy Titus Grant. Titus. Cross, but nobody home. Joe Ruiz about 5 yards away from the ball. 6th minute. Just getting started here at Athletic Community Field in Hicks Park. No score.
Tell you what, it's a great night for football, isn't it? I mean,
There is
a bit of a breeze, to be fair. You can see the flags. You know, there is a bit of a breeze blowing, but it won't affect the players. And it's just a beautiful night to play football.
It is. That's Guerrero. Tackled by Ruiz. Survives the tackle. There's Imbert. There's Jordan DaCosta. Imbert. Reyes clears the ball back into the middle third. And now back into no man's land. That's Christian Guerrero, 21-year-old defender. I'm assuming he's a defender, Dave. We sometimes at the lower levels of soccer, you don't get complete roster information. You kind of had to make guesses. And as I tell my son all the time, never ever let the facts get in the way of a good story.
There you go, exactly right. And also, you know, it's the modern game, isn't it? You know, so many players now, there's so many formations during the one game. It used to be, you know, teams play 4-4-2 and they stuck to that the whole game no matter what. Now, you know, coaches are so clever, they can alter things around. So, yeah, you might be a defender 1 minute and a wing back the next. So
absolutely. Johan Cruyff, if you're watching the game today, we know you're thinking, yeah, been there, done that. Ajax with Holland.
What a player.
That's a whistle and a free kick coming up, and the referee having words with Vinny Oliveira. And
well, what he's saying is, you've kicked the ball away twice now, Mr. Oliveira. Don't do it again, or I'm going to have to reach for the book. So free kick. I've been impressed with the opposition so far, and we should say welcome into any of their fans watching this on YouTube Live. You know, it made an impressive start here.
Absolutely, we're glad everybody is here. If you can't be here, 8th minute, no score. And it really doesn't matter where here is, so long as you're there with us.
Absolutely.
DaCosta taking the free kick some 30 yards away from goal. Bryson Reed on one bounce.
Well, and I think Jordan DaCosta there raising both arms in the air as if to say to his teammates, why didn't you attack that? I played the perfect ball in. It bounced once into the keeper's hands, gratefully, but where was his, where was his strikers?
On a day like this, you really can't waste opportunities like that. Sun setting here in Tulsa, lights taking effect. I have to hand it to Tulsa Athletic Management. They built this up from nothing, and they've made it a nice little home ground.
They really have. I've been really impressed. I've driven past the ground. I've never been inside the ground, I have to be honest. And here we are in the booth, and we know how passionate Sonny is about this club and the way he's building it, and it's fantastic. And as we said, you know, if they win this game, they bring their opponents across town, opponents here, which is great, isn't it?
Oh, they're not going to know what to do with this pitch. I can hear it right now, and it probably isn't playable on air. Long goal kick back into the middle third. That is Kyle Davis fighting for the ball. 10th minute, no score. Guerrero. There's Imbert again. Inside the 18, covered by Ruiz. Shot, tipped over the bar. Nice save by Bryson Reed. Corner kick coming up for BVC.
Good move there. And David Imbert there with the shot. The 25-year-old, and a brilliant save, as you said, one of the best keepers, Bryson Reed, around, and that was a fine save. We were right behind it, and had he not tipped that over, it would have been 1-0 to the visitors. Here's the corner.
Absolutely. There's DaCosta. Set up to swing it out. Oh, it's a low one. Poked into the box. Reyes, no nonsense there. Back to the middle. That's Berna Lopez playing the ball back into the attacking third. Guerrero to Davis. Imbert, long shot, not even close.
Imbert's been lively though, hasn't he? He's playing predominantly on the left, but there he crops up in the middle, hits a drive from about 22, 23 yards out. Nothing for Bryson Reed to have to do, but Imbez impressed me with the early part of this game.
Ball back in play. Javo Reyes back to Bryson Reed. Tulsa's trying to make him chase. Aaron Ugba there with a header. Secha. The tackle. And here come Brazos Valley. There's Bear on the left wing. Once again covered by Ruiz. That's going to be a great matchup, I think, for the whole 90 minutes. Aguirre gives the ball up. Tackled. Played out by...
That's Chavez, isn't it? Back
Chavez,
there.
Alejandro Chavez.
Yeah, good. Couple of good challenges there. Was strong in the defense. Had to be.
Oh, that was a bullet. Parried away, and a corner kick coming up.
Yeah, wind assisted again there, and you have to say again, take your hats off to the visitors who've come into town here and really taken this game by the scruff of the neck. It's still 0-0, but the Athletics just having to soak things up a little bit here.
Absolutely. I don't recall Azteca 5280 coming in with guns a-blazing like this in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup last year. Of course, it was about 40 degrees that day, too, so...
About half of what it is tonight then. It's, like I said, 80 degrees. It's wonderful.
80, little breeze, clouds, but no rain in the forecast. DaCosta plays it in, punched clear by Reed. It's back to DaCosta. Popped up by Secha. That's Randy Martinez, 27-year-old midfielder. Bonato to Imbert. Dispossessed, as Sonny D'Alessandro likes to say. Secha.
I think referee's playing advantage there.
Secha looking for Titus Grant. Ball is still loose. And Bonato just beats that's Jordan Watson.
Yeah, interesting passage of play there, Toby. Jordan Watson was fouled, but the referee played an advantage. Then there was an advantage after an Athletic player flew into a tackle. So good refereeing for me. He's kept the game flowing.
Well, what you telling me? These aren't your typical fourth-tier refs calling a fourth-tier game today.
No, absolutely. And you like a ref that's talking to the players. I mean, we're close enough to the action there. He's talking to another midfielder there. I like officials that, talk to players and will explain their decisions. I think it's good refereeing.
Absolutely.
We praise them, don't we, when they're good.
Hey, credit. That's one of my watchwords is credit where credit is due, Dave. Absolutely. Here's Reyes. Running there with Chris Taylor, an ORU assistant coach.
And one of my neighbors.
And one of your neighbors. See how I set you up for that, Dave?
There you go. I was out walking the dogs, and he was very excited about tonight's game, I can tell you.
He played professionally in the Portland Timbers organization before he got into coaching.
Certainly did, and know him as a coach as well. And of course, he played in that game at One Oak Field in last year's Open Cup. And he had a great chance, actually, at 2-1 to equal it up at 2-2, I remember.
The single goal scored by Billy Enzo Chabwame. Guerra. It's Randy Martinez again. Martinez all alone. Cross trouble cleared. Ball stays in play. That's Aguirre on the right side. Ball goes over the byline for a corner kick.
Yeah, and they needed...
Folks, we're 15 minutes into the game, and no score.
Good challenge there from Vinny Oliveira. He's the midfielder captain there. He had to make the challenge, and as we say, the Athletics just under a little bit of pressure here and just having to soak things up. They got everybody back pretty much. Watson just staying a little bit outside the area, but it's a good game of football, this one.
DaCosta taking another corner. I'm not going to assume it's an outswinger this time. I've been fooled once before. It's a low driven, technically an outswinger, I suppose. And that one's going to go in the touch for a throw. And that will be the Athletics throw in.
It's always good to be close to the coaches and the fourth official. Fourth official there just having a chat with the Rogers brothers there, the coaching team for Tulsa Athletic, just talking things through again about, they were questioning, why the free kick wasn't given earlier on. I think fourth official explaining, which is always good to see again. Of course, the coach, former goalkeeper for the Athletics, I think I'm right in saying.
I think you're right. I think that's what I interviewed him yesterday. I think he mentioned that. This is back when they were still playing in the old Driller Stadium.
Those were the days.
When we still were legally allowed to have the S on the name. Tulsa Athletics. The pocket god. Joe Garcia plays that up.
Again, long ball there, and the wind just taking that one away for a goal kick. Interesting tactic again. They're looking to hit Setcher up there at the number 7 for the home side.
Well, understandable. It is a prevailing 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing out of the south. Villarreal has yet to really be tested here through the first 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, he had that little fingertip save, didn't he, for the first corner, but you're right. He hasn't been under that much pressure at the moment.
It's a high fly ball rolling in the touch.
Certainly you'd say that Bryson Reed has been the busier keeper.
I think that Tulsa Athletic has had the busier defense, which, that will teach me to make assumptions about teams I haven't seen, but I thought that they would... Thought the Athletic would have the lion's share of the possession and the pressure, but nothing could be further from the truth at this point in the game. Guerrero and Imbert. There's Vinny Oliveira, the skipper, right in the middle of the pitch. He's got Secha, Grant, shot blocked by Guerrero, who is having a whale of a first half.
He is, and he's playing really as a wing-back, so he's got to be up and down, up and down. You've got to be pretty conditioned to do that, and he's done well. He did well defensively there, and in the end, a handball from Grant, and it's the goalkeeper with the free kick here.
In getting ready for the game, Dave, I was really concerned about conditioning possibly for both sides. Neither team has played a official match since July. Your college players that play at NCAA schools are not available to you unless they're like on spring break or what have you. I was curious whether they would be prepared and ready to go, and I think they both sides have definitely been.
They certainly have. I mean, one factor that may come into play, I think you said they've only brought 11 players to the visitors. So, how long can this 11 go on? When you look at the Athletics subs down there, 7 subs, that could come into play.
Absolutely. Coach Jason Rogers told me yesterday he had 27 players in camp, and that one of the first lessons he's gotten as a head coach at the NPSL level is having to tell 9 guys you're not in the squad. Joe, we agree it's a problem you love to have when you have 27 players good to go, but you only take 18 with you.
You're right. It's a great problem to have, but it's also a difficult conversation to have with those 9 players. But he's he set his stall out. Here is his players. That was slightly too strong there from Chris Taylor, and
that
results
was.
in a throw-in.
I think Aaron Uggo from keeping us getting hit in the head. Garcia keeps the ball in play. Ruiz, Joe and Joe. Sasha loses the ball. It's Cardoza. Ariel Cardoza made that play. Whistle. Oh, that's going to be a dangerous free kick coming up for Brazos Valley Cavalry here in the 21st minute. No score.
Yeah, it's central, isn't it? Or just left of centre, I guess you would say. 25 yards out with this breeze tonight. You know, is it worth having a go from here? Is it going to be one of those where the wind lifts it over the bar? A few of the home fans not happy with that. Referee was right on the spot again. So free kick, and there's a couple of guys over this ball. So is it a direct shot on Bryson Reed's goal?
Well, you got the Costa, and you have Martin. I think it's Martinez. I can't read my own writing sometimes. Wearing the number 8 shirt.
You are spot on, my friend. Martinez, number 8.
I had the Z in the wrong place in my handwritten notes. Catching practice.
You say Z, I'll say Z.
Oh, my. No call. I'm a little surprised about that. Watson goes to ground hard. No call, and here come the Cavalry. You know there's a Cavalry charge pun in there somewhere in these 90 minutes.
I have been impressed with Aguirre on the right-hand side, wearing 13. I mean, he looks a class player for me. He's been up and down. He's got round the back of the athletic defense a couple of times. He's a good player.
Aguirre plays college soccer at Texas Lutheran. Made 12 appearances for his team with 1 goal in the college season.
I see the notes say not many minutes played, Toby. I'm surprised at that. He looks a good player. Maybe he's just not been available.
Could be. Here come the Athletic. Reed. Played the ball back to his back line. There's Watson. Garcia. Oliveira.
Now that's much better because they're keeping control of the ball there, and then the long ball came in and that's where it fell down. I just think maybe go back to what they were doing there and trying to play a few passes together, put 4 or 5 passes together, keep possession of the ball. When the long ball goes there, it just seems the back 3 from the visitors are just able to eat that one up in the air.
They came ready to play. Like I said, we'll see what happens in the second half. I have no idea what substitution pattern Coach Rogers has up his sleeve. But I've looked at the bench, and it's deep, real deep.
Yeah, it is. It's an impressive bench. And as we said, it might be that, you know, that plays a factor now.
Oh,
referee's going to...
card.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear you, Tulsa. Come on. Let's root on your Tulsa Athletic.
Yellow card given to number 23,
Yellow
Kyle
card
Davis.
Issued 24 minutes.
In the 24th minute to Kyle Davis.
I think that's what you call totting up of fouls, not from that particular
Yellow
player,
card,
but
Kyle
just
Davis,
from
24 minutes.
both sets of players. And I think the referees said, okay, enough's enough. A few hard challenges. You're the unlucky man, Kyle Davis. You've got the yellow card. He himself will feel a little aggrieved because I think it's his first foul of the game.
It's not akin to speeding with a whole group of people on the interstate and you're the guy that gets pulled over.
There you go. How did you know? Well, Watson's gone down in the box. Yeah, Watson's gone down in the box there. I'm not sure there was any challenge there, but he felt a bit aggrieved. Anyway, it's goal kick, 0-0.
No score in the 25th. Villarreal. Davis. Ball stays in play. Cavalry on the attack again. Hava Reyes. Johnny on the spot. Oliveira. Sasha. Played all the way across. Reyes coming up from the right back position.
Now, again, that was better from the Athletic there.
I'm
they
not
moved
exactly
it
sure what Aaron Ugba was
left to
doing
right.
on that play, but...
Loose ball back there, but that was better from them. And, you know, this wonderful set of supporters that support this club so wonderfully need something to shout about. They haven't had too much to shout about. They've complained about a few decisions, but they need something to cheer here.
Hey, ball stays in play. And there's Imbert.
Again, long ball from Taylor there.
Yep. Watson can't keep it in play.
I mean, the wind is swirling, Toby, but I think as people look at our feed here, I think the wind's blowing from left to right, and you could see Chris Taylor's ball there just caught the wind, and there was no chance Watson was going to keep that in on the field.
No. I said the wind's probably blowing. I would put the over-under at 20 miles an hour.
Penalty
kick.
Ruiz was tripped up there in the box.
Penalty
now
awarded to Tulsa.
And the Athletic have a chance to break the ice, go up 1-0. And you put a gun to my head here, Dave. I say Joe Garcia is probably going to take that penalty.
I think so. We got a player down as well from the opposition. We'll just see if he's okay. But referee had no qualms about giving that. He was absolutely sure that was a penalty. You know, the Brazos players were not happy with that decision. Let's just put it like that. And you'd have to say slightly against the run of play, the Athletic, and there's going to be a card for arguing for Aguirre. But, you know, slightly against the run of play, Toby, the Athletic, as you say, have a chance now to put the first goal on the board.
And it will be Joe Garcia, the former Geelong Ranger. Anybody in the first or second tier looking for a quality guy to sign to a pro contract, that's your boy. Turns 26 this year.
Keeper trying to do a little bit of shenanigans, a la the Argentina keeper in the World Cup final, Mr. Martinez.
Garcia taking the corner here, or the penalty in the 28th. Here we go. Save! Corner kick, Joe Garcia's penalty, saved by Victor Villarreal, and we're still scoreless.
Some will say lucky from the keeper. Some will say, you know, skill. He drove it down the middle, didn't he? And he struck it pretty well, but the keeper's left leg, I think it was, turns it away for the corner.
He did not dive. He stood his ground at the. There's the corner, all the way through the box. Ugba wins a throw for Tulsa Athletic here in the 29th. Yeah, the penalty was almost Johan Neeskens-esque the way he did that. Stone cold killer right down the middle.
Are you a Dutch fan from the 70s? You mentioned Cruyff, Neeskens. Who's next?
I'm just sticking with the theme right now.
People aren't as old as me and you listening to this. Come on. Give them a chance. You're absolutely right. What a team that was, by the way.
Total football, a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely.
You know, the first goal they scored against West Germany in the '74 World Cup final, they played 15 passes in a row and drew a penalty. And Neeskens drives it home.
Let me tell you about something about the 1974. I was a young lad in short trousers, I can tell you. Everybody's set to go in that final, and the referee says, hang on a minute, we don't have any corner flags. World Cup final, no corner flags. Some poor guy has to run to some hut somewhere and bring out 4 corner flags for the 1974 World Cup final. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that. Oh, Reyes goes to ground. But it's still a free kick. It's kind of a soft foul.
It was an English referee as well, Jack Taylor, who was in charge that day, and he gave 2 penalties early on in that game. 2-1, I think it was, to the West Germans over Holland.
Right, Breitner, I think, got the winning goal in that final, didn't he, Paul Breitner?
I think you're right.
Breitner also scored in the '82 World Cup final, I believe.
What a player! Paul Breitner was a penalty taker as well. We need to get back to this game, Toby.
Sorry, Dave. Half hour gone, no score. There's Chris Taylor. Not to be confused with the Dodger outfielder, Chris Taylor, or the excellent broadcaster on the East Coast, Chris Thaler, who I had the pleasure of working with Baltimore Christos versus Tulsa Athletic in the national semifinal in 21. Chris, if you're listening, hey. I see great things for him, Dave.
Good to work with him.
Shot! Goal! 31st minute! Yeah, I really can't top Dustin DeVore there. 31st minute.
Secha with the goal.
Secha with the goal. Stefan Secha.
31st minute, Secha with the goal!
And you have to...
Let's hear it, Tulsa Athletic out there. Let's go!
You have to say, Toby, it really came out of nothing. It was just the ball fell to him from really just a poor clearance, and he finished with aplomb. I mean, he finished keeper nowhere, buries it in the back of the net, 1-0. And the most relieved man, of course, on the field will be the penalty taker, Joe Garcia.
Yes. Secha redeems Garcia. And Tulsa Athletic up 1-0. And now, Dave, what do you do if you're Brazos Valley? You got no subs, you're down a goal. And the ball's loose. Here we go again. Oh, nice. A great cover by Villarreal.
Now, Brazos have to be careful here. They've just conceded a goal, and that was almost 4-on-2 in favour of the home side, the Athletic, there, to go 2-0 up in less than a minute. They've got to hang on here now and keep it at 1-0.
32nd minute. Tulsa up 1-0. Pay no attention to that scoreboard in the background. Imbert plays the ball back as a whistle and a throw-in.
And you just feel now, Toby, this is the time of the game when the Athletic need to take the scruff of the neck of the game here.
Absolutely, Dave.
Good ball into the box from Watson. I say good ball. Was it out and in? Yes, it was. It's going to be a goal kick.
Had to take a second reach for my binoculars. Sometimes you forget how far 60 yards is.
Especially with our eyesight. Two good eyes between us, right?
Right.
I'm still recovering from climbing up the ladder. Yeah, but you're right. You made a point just now. You said, what do? You're 1-0 down now. You've had a good start to the game. You've only got 11 players. What do? You've got to conserve your energy a little bit. But I think, to answer your question, I think you just hang in there now, because that could easily have been 2. 2 could easily be game over, although we know it's a funny game that can change. And here they are now. They've got to get control of the ball again.
I really don't think you can hammer away like you have the first 30 minutes of the game, unless you get some production. And it may be time to hang back, maybe give a little possession away, look for a counterattack. But there's Watson.
Yeah, didn't quite get a hold of that. It bounced nicely for him. He took it with his right foot. Maybe if he could have chipped the keeper there with his left, it might have been better. But again, good long ball, good effective long ball as well.
We make it sound so easy from the booth, don't we, Dave?
We do.
That one's in a touch. That's a throw for the Cavalry. Martinez. Down the left wing. That's picked off by Garcia. The skipper, Oliveira. Was looking for Watson again, and here's Secha. Shot! Save! Loose! Joe Ruiz! Oh! Up and over, had nothing but net in front of him.
I'll tell you what, when Secha gets hold of that ball, he's big, he's strong, he's quick. He produces a great shot, great save from the keeper. And following up, Joe Ruiz just came to him a little bit too quickly there, Toby. Not easy to score from there, although some people would say the goal was gaping. But that was a difficult chance.
I'll go with gaping.
Are you saying I used an Englishism that you're not familiar with, my friend?
No. I'm just saying that the goal was like the maw of a grizzly bear.
Got you.
Yeah. How in the world did he miss? I'll tell you how he missed. Round foot, round ball. It's harder than it looks, people. Chris Taylor.
I think Chris
No, it
Taylor.
wouldn't be pretty, but they'd take 55 minutes of this and just move on.
Well, I was just going to say, Chris Taylor's experienced. He's just slowing the game down there and saying to the opposition, you've got to come to us now. But I think they just want to get really to half-time, to be honest. Just one goal down.
Yep. That is into touch. Martinez. Agba powers that ball into the attacking third, just past Joe Ruiz. And wide, 37th minute, 1-0 to the Athletic.
Game really hotting up now, isn't it?
37th minute, 1-0 Tulsa Athletic. Be sure to hit up the Heirloom Rustic Ales beer tent in that concession stand. Thank you guys once again for being here tonight.
Just so the U.S. Soccer knows, that was not us talking about a rival beer to Bud Light. We would never say it on our air. We got the memo. You're talking the same audience. You can do whatever you want. There's
good goalkeeping.
That was nice
Villarreal's
goalkeeping.
good catching up in the air. He's been good in that department.
Reyes. Good Lord. Touchback, goal kick. That ball hammered to nobody in particular.
Yeah, that's unusual from Brazos there to play a long ball. That's the first one I think we've seen all night.
I think it's probably not the last one you're going to see tonight, Dave.
Right.
Down 1-0. You're not quite in now what do you do mode. And if they can keep it at 1-0 into the last 15 minutes, they can kind of let it all hang out and throw everything they can to attack the equalize. But I don't think I'm talking out of turn if I say 2-0. It's not an option. Shot? Nope, not a shot. Fooled me again. Ugba, the speedy Aaron Ugba, bumped off the ball. Now, you're not going to get that call, Coach Rogers. It's a legit shoulder charge.
Jordan DaCosta quick to pick up Ugba there, but as you say, you're not going to get that call.
Not going to get that call. Sesha. Dispossessed. Taylor. Roberts loses the ball in the touch. Haven't spoken much about Ale Chavez on the left back, but there he is. He's
big, strong player, isn't he?
Big, strong player.
Certainly inside the first 5 minutes, he made a couple of important tackles back there to keep it at 0-0.
He has won a championship or two in Mexico, Dave.
Impressive, good player.
Good player.
In that back three, as you said, playing on the left of the three.
Garcia. Loses the ball into touch and a throw to Tulsa Athletic. 40th minute. God, it's just flown by.
It really has. It's been a good game, hasn't it?
Good
in
flow.
This Open Cup first round.
And there's the aforementioned Chavez. Grant.
Yeah, Grant's not had a lot of the ball down that left-hand side, is he? But he's working hard for the cause.
It's almost as if Brazos Valley has worked hard to keep that left side from inflicting too much action.
Talking of working hard, Watson's working hard up front, isn't he? The number 10
He really
for
is.
the home side. You know, he's having to make a lot of runs, and he's doing what he can to hold the play up, sometimes on his own.
Taking a beating in the first half, too.
There he is, holding the ball up there.
Mm-hmm. Four pink shirts behind him. Attack coming out of the center circle. Imbert, deflected. Reyes. My goodness. Shot. Headed away. Guerrero. Tackle by Ugba. Gets the ball back. Bonato. To Martinez. Center of the pitch. The skipper, Riley, plays the ball to the right. Wynn kind of held the ball up there and made Bryson Reed.
Yeah, I don't think he got a touch on it. I think it might have just
I think
hit
it
the
hit
crossbar.
just the top of the
there.
crossbar.
Yeah, it's one of those cross-come shots. You know, when it ends up nestling in the back of the net, you claim it. But honestly, that was a bit of a freak sliced cross, which Reed will be happy to see ended up as a goal kick.
42nd minute. Tulsa Athletic 1, Brazos Valley Cavalry 0. Winner moves on and plays FC Tulsa in 14 days. Either right here at Hicks Park or at Hurricane Soccer and Track Center on the campus at TU. I'm afraid the Drillers will be using the ballpark that night. That's not true, but opening day is the day after. I don't think they can turn the ball. They can't turn the park over in time. It's really neat what they've done there today. The mound on a hydraulic lift and how they lay sod over the infield so they can play on grass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, movable mound, isn't it? The pitcher's mound, and it's transformed into a soccer stadium.
Ugba. Garcia. There's that ball into the box. Shot by Oliveira. Whistles past the right post.
Good opportunity from the captain there. First time he's had a shot at goal, but it just went wide of that left-hand post.
Yes. Oliveira only had one goal last season, but it's so many goals and so many goal scorers in the 22 season for Tulsa Athletic. Shot. Sesha. Oh, that one goes out into the street.
Sesha's impressed me.
He's aggressive as heck, isn't he?
He's big, he's strong, he's quick as well. And
yes.
he plays just in behind Watson, which is really effective. And there he controlled the ball and he's not afraid to have a shot. I think if you're Brazos now, you just want to get in at halftime, sit yourselves down, and talk about how you're going to get yourselves back into this game, because they had a brilliant first 10, 15 minutes. There's an offside there, Toby, but, you know,
That's
the
like
Athletic...
the first one of the day, I think.
Probably is. But the Athletic, you know, after that first 10 minutes, they soaked it up and they've really taken control of this game.
All right, we are bearing down on, well, it's 44th minute. Fourth officials right underneath us. We'll be able to see how many minutes of stoppage time we get.
I don't think there'll be many minutes, because these boys have, you know, they've gone at it, both teams, and it's been a physical game at times, but, you know, not many stoppages really, so I'm expecting maybe 1, maybe 2 minutes.
1.
It's the 44th minute. Let's hear it for your Tulsa Athletic. Let's go!
Throw in. Oh, it's loose. Shot. No. Garcia in traffic. And the ball gets punched clear here. Final minute of regulation here in the first half.
Yeah, unusual from the keeper there, Villarreal, because he's been really good, as I mentioned a few minutes earlier, you know, plucking the balls out of the air. But that one, he just kind of flapped out a little bit, and it caused a bit of uncomfortable defending for the away side.
Nobody's perfect.
Keepers are meant to be, though, aren't they?
Everybody expects them to be. Hey, you were right, Dave. 1 minute. 1 minute stoppage time.
1 minute stoppage time.
You know, Toby, nobody's rolling around on the ground. Nobody's, you know, if there's a foul, they get up, they shake hands, they get on with it. It's good to see. It really is good to see that we can have a physical game, and, you know, both teams wanting to play here.
This is America, Dave. We don't do that stuff over here.
My silence is agreeing with you, my friend.
I watched the World Cup. Do you realize this were a World Cup tie? We'd have at least 6 minutes of stoppage time, Dave. Shot up, and that ought to do it.
Of course, Manchester United fans all around the world are saying, well, the board with the big numbers on at the end of these halves is because of Sir Alex Ferguson playing Fergie time. He was the one that kept tapping his watch and saying, you got to add more time on. And to be fair, I think he had a bit of a case, and I think it's good that we see this minutes. People pay big money to watch games of football, and, you know, if there's been 6 minutes of rolling around, or there's fouls, or there's, you know, injuries, you got to add the time on.
But not now. It's halftime now.
At the end of the first half, it's your Tulsa Athletic 1, the visitors 0.
Can't put it any better than that, can you, Dave?
You cannot. You cannot.
We'll take a little breather here. Tulsa Athletic 1, Brazos Valley Cavalry 0. We'll be back for the second half. You're watching the first round of the U.S. Open Cup on YouTube. Stick around. at Athletic Community Field at Hicks Park. The music goes down, our voices go up. Tulsa athletically, Brazos Valley Cavalry. 1-0. Toby Moore, Dave Saunders here in Tulsa as night has fallen. And what did you think of that first half, Dave?
I thought it was a great first half. Let's pay a bit of tribute to the visitors who really had the lion's share of possession. They took the game to the Athletic, 10, 15 minutes. A couple of good saves from the Athletic keeper, Reed, and it could have been easily one to the visitors, and then slowly the Athletic got into the game. The penalty was saved, quickly they get the goal, and really they could have had another one before half time.
They really could.
1-0.
Right. The goal that they did get, it was kind of unfortunate. It's kind of a wow, well, here it is, boom, and the goalie was kind of out of position. It was a great shot, but sort of an excuse me situation, but they all count. So now if you're Brazos Valley, you're not in terrible shape. You got a half. You're only down a goal. Yes, you don't have any substitutes, but now you have the wind at your back. At Tanimount, you can't let a second goal in. But if you can hang around and get and then let it rip those last 15 minutes, who knows what'll happen? But Tulsa, they need to show some killer instinct and close the deal here if you're Tulsa Athletic.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, they're going to hang in. 1-0, you've always got a chance. As you say, it could be the last couple of minutes they try and get an equaliser. But you're looking for the home side, the Athletic, to take this game now, control it professionally, get a second goal and settle right in.
And we are underway here. The clock is not running yet. There it goes. 46th minute. I almost feel godlike when I do that, Day. Let the clock run, and there it goes. And that one's coming our way, and headed for touch.
But like we said in the first half, again, just to repeat, Brazos here with just 11, including the coach on the field. There is going to come a time when the Athletic can use their subs, use their bench wisely, and that's going to be a factor.
Right. We even talked about who's on the bench tonight for Tulsa Athletic. As Vinny Oliveira plays that one, and I almost said something stupid like he's going the wrong way. I forget they switched sides at halftime, Dave. Here's Brazos Valley on the move. Of course, Brady Moody, the backup keeper. For some reason, I think Bryson will probably play all 90. That ball goes into touch. That's going to be a throw to Brazos Valley. Rio Mello had 13 appearances and scored the winning goal in that quarterfinal against Southern State you and I were talking about. You have Rio on the bench. You have KB Harris, who we were talking about at halftime. Played on the 21 team that got to the national final. Spent 2022 with Rain FK. That's over the byline and a goal kick.
And then you've got Mitchell Cashin, who I've seen a lot of at the University of Tulsa. Good player, will get up, play on the left or the right, play as a wing back, play as a full back. We may see him, we may not see him tonight, but a good acquisition for the Athletic.
Did you know that he played his high school soccer in College Station, Texas, where these guys are from?
I did not. You are the font of all knowledge, my friend.
Oh, you're too kind, Dave. Ball's in the middle third. 48th minute now. 47 minutes gone. DaCosta. Dispossessed. Here they come down the right side, those Brazos Valley Cavalry. Aguirre. That ball cleared out. Garcia. Oliveira. Start of the second half started to look a lot like the first half. There's Sesha. With purpose. Holds the ball up, goes to ground, gets the whistle.
And again, you see how strong he is, driving up the middle of the field there. And in the end, it was a foul by
DaCosta.
DaCosta, wasn't it? He's chatting to the referee there. He didn't feel he did a lot wrong. But Secha, he's a class act.
Really is. DaCosta, one of one of two players from the USL division winning team, or USL 2 division winning team. That's right. We're the NPSL in Tulsa. Two-man wall. I don't know if that's necessary 35 yards away from the goal, but here we are, up and over. Still popped up in the air on the edge.
At least nobody was lying down behind the wall.
That's true.
Still not sure about that one. We'll talk about that later if we get a chance.
Okay. I have a few thoughts on that one. There's Ale Chavez to Taylor. Taylor's a big fella. It's like a central defender from Central Casting. Villarreal to Costa. Whistle. And a free kick going Tulsa's way. A little too quick on that free kick. 50th minute, Tulsa Athletic 1, Brazos Valley Cavalry 0. Winner moves on and gets FC Tulsa in one stadium or the other.
But the Athletic have the home draw if they get through this one.
They do. That is a done deal. And if they happen to get past FC Tulsa, they would very likely they play another team that survives the second round, or they get one of the 18 MLS teams that moves on and enters the tournament in the third round.
You know, isn't the Open Cup wonderful? It's like the FA Cup in England.
Well, except that the Sunday League team from the Cock and Bull, in theory, can play in the FA Cup if they can get through the preliminary rounds. Shot picked up by Villarreal and Brazos Valley. They got to be careful. They got to pick their spots. There's still not quite 40 minutes left, but you got to get the goal back if you're the Cavalry. There's Joe Ruiz. I haven't called his name much tonight, but I'm pretty sure he's been exactly where he's supposed to be. He always is. There's DaCosta. DaCosta's got options. Goes to the right. That's Aguirre. Picked up by Ale Chavez.
I think DaCosta is having a really good influence on the game. Watch for him in this second half as the Brazos need to come out and get this equalising goal. He's going to try and dominate play in the middle of the field. Good player as well.
Yeah, he's really impressed here in the first 51 and change of the game. There's the throw. Davis goes to ground. Gets the free kick. It's just on the edge of the box, 20 yards from the byline, but at an angle. I can kind of see the Cavalry working there in the distance.
Yeah, and this is a really good opportunity. Anytime you get a free kick from anywhere in and around the box, I know this is on the side of the box, but, to get the ball in, you've got players in the box, big players can get on the end of this. So a real chance here for the visitors. Absolutely.
If you're the Athletic Divas, you got to stay on your man. Two-man wall. And headed clear, but DaCosta. Shot! Blocked.
Yeah, Chris Taylor in the right place at the right time.
Absolutely. And that one goes all the way back to Villarreal. Sasha. That one, well, you want to say clear, but it's not. There it goes into touch. That's off the foot of Kyle Davis.
But just going back to the FA Cup and the Open Cup, there is nothing better for me in the game of football. Obviously, you've got your Premier League and you've got your Bundesliga, you've got MLS. But when the smaller teams get to play the bigger teams, there is nothing better to me than a cup tie like that.
Well, not only that, but for some of those teams, particularly if you survive to a replay at the big team's house and you're the only game in town and you get a piece of the TV rights and a piece of the gate, it's like hitting the lottery if you're a third or fourth tier team.
Quarter-final of the FA Cup, 1981. I've got to do a plug for my local team in England called Exeter City, who now play in League One. Been in non-league, they've been in League Two. 1981, I went to White Hart Lane. They played the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. He says through gritted teeth, being an Arsenal fan, like Sonny D'Alessandro. And, you know, it was a great occasion. We took 9,000 fans up there. We lost 2-0 in the end, but, you know, you remember it for the rest of your life.
I'm a Man United fan.
Now we fall out.
I have been since the 80s. Oh, the yellow card is drawn but not brandished yet. And I'm not really sure who it's.
Oh, it's one of the substitutes there. It's the bench. We might be able to look down the fourth official's ball, but the referee not happy with one of the Athletic subs there. Kieran Winters is down there.
Yellow card issued to the Tulsa Athletic bench.
I'm going to go with yellow, so I'm going to go with the Athletic bench here in the 60th minute. That's bizarre. I've never seen. I've seen bench technicals issued in basketball, but never anything like that to a not coach in soccer.
Do you know what? I think it's becoming more prevalent in the international game now. That coaches are getting cards. You know, referees have had enough of it, quite frankly. And that was one of the Athletic subs. We try and get some data on who exactly that was.
Well, here comes our first sub of the game. Fresh legs coming in. That's number 18. That's Mitch Cashin.
Yeah, good to see him. You will see a very busy player when Mitch Cashin comes in. You will. This boy will not stop running. You know, it'll be interesting to see whether he comes in on the left or the right. And he's going to come in on the left-hand side.
He's coming in for Titus Grant.
Substitution, Mitch Cashin for Titus Grant in the 56th minute.
So when Mitch Cashin was playing for the University of Tulsa, he really played as a left wing back, and you'll see him get forward, but he's so good he will defend as well as wing backs have to do, of course. Here he is now with the throw-in.
There is, yeah, Cash with the throw. He gets the ball to Chavez, who puts the ball into the box. And the ball goes into touch. Cashin's second throw is coming on. Sasha. And DaCosta.
And that's what you don't want if you're Brazos. Just a long, aimless ball there. Gives the ball back to the Athletic when you're 1-0 down. But as we say, long way to go yet. You know, what, 50, 56 minutes gone?
Yeah, 34 to go.
You know, a long way to go, and it's just one goal. We keep emphasizing that. And if you are joining us late, the Athletic also had a penalty saved before that goal.
Right. For those of you just joining us, Stefan Sesha put Tulsa Athletic ahead in the 31st minute. That is the only score of the game, and so far it has been good enough. There's Jordan Watson on the right side. Cross. Cleared. Armory tuning the drums up now. This could be trouble. The Frenchman. Shot blocked. That was...
It was Imbert, wasn't it?
Imbert. It was Imbert. Up and over in the netting. Yeah, he is a goal-scoring machine. Imbert scored, I think, 14.
Let's hear it, Tulsa Athletics fans. Let's get it going. Come on.
Scored 9 goals for Northeast Texas Community College. Scored 4, maybe 5 for Brazos Valley in the regular season last year.
Of course, as an Englishman, I'm still recovering from the World Cup where we went out to La France, of course. Harry Kane with that missed penalty.
I thought France were going to win the whole thing. The final was terrific.
It was, wasn't it?
Poor Mbappe. He scored 3 goals. It's not enough. It's Cashin. Draws a foul. Kyle Davis. Kind of a slight fellow. You get him up close. And that one goes in a touch for a throw. But compared to me, most people are slight, Dave, so. DaCosta. I kind of went into nowhere, and here we go. Jordan Watson on the right, goes to ground, whistle, and another. See a card.
Yeah, it was a good run from Watson, and Secha was waiting just on the kind of old-fashioned position of inside left, but Watson was sandwiched between two, and the referee's going to show a yellow card.
Yellow card issued to Brazos FC, 59th minute.
In the 59th minute, yes, that card was shown to number 4, Ariel Cardozo gets the yellow card.
Again, of course, you know, players on yellow cards, when you've only got 11 players, you do not, you don't want to go down to 10. I mean, whether they've got 11 players or loads of subs, it doesn't matter, does it? You go down to 10. My point is, you do not want to be up against it 1-0 down and then another silly second yellow card. So they've got to be careful. I think it's 3 yellow cards, Toby, issued now.
Right, there are 3. I did not catch who the third one was on earlier. I know that's Joe Garcia behind that ball and a 3-man wall in front of him. I've seen him make a few of these. Worm burner. Went under the wall and picked up by Villarreal.
So is this the time we talk about men lying behind the wall?
I think it's brilliant. That would have never occurred to me till I saw it.
I want to see the stats, Toby. I want to see the stats of how many free kicks have been stopped by somebody lying behind that wall. I mean, I get why they do it. You know, walls traditionally jump, don't they? So there's a big gap.
There is a gap.
But I can't remember the last time I saw a free kick scored under the wall. I mean,
I saw one in the World Cup, Dave. Like an injury time. It was like the 17th or 18th minute of injury time. I know what game it was.
Let me put it another way. How many have you seen stopped by that guy who lies, you know, behind the wall?
Oh, a couple. I couldn't document it. It's all anecdotal. It's not empirical. Oh,
it's also not important, is it really?
Well, you got 90 minutes to fill, Dave. It's
I will tell you a story about, you know how the referees have the magic foam now to do the lines. I remember.
I got to get me some of that stuff, Dave.
Right. But I remember the first time I saw that actually was in an athletic game, believe it or not, at the old baseball stadium there. I wonder what was going on, and it was they were trialing it, and it's been successful. I think it's been a good acquisition to the referee's armory.
Yeah, you know, occasionally in the Heartland Conference they'll whip out the spray when you have an uncooperative defense that's not going to give you your 10 yards.
Referee's got to be careful not to spray these cleats, though. They're very expensive cleats that don't have any laces. Seen a few professionals, you know, look at the referee when they get a bit too close to their expensive cleats.
I didn't realize Skechers made cleats. Cashin. Sasha.
Penalty. It was a handball, and the defender's not complaining either.
No, they knew it. I think it was Berna Lopez, number 15.
Interesting to see what the referee does here. It's a deliberate handball. He has not gone to the pocket for any kind of card.
I don't think it was deliberate, but it's still a penalty.
And now Mr. Watson has the responsibility.
He's holding the ball in his hand, yes.
And I think that's wise. You know, that's another thing. You know, you talk about, I mentioned it, Harry Kane taking a second penalty against France and missing it. I think, you know, the goalkeeper's at the advantage if it's the same guy that comes up. Now, you can talk about Mbappe putting them away all night long. He's a special talent. But I think this is good to change the kicker here.
Well, he's not really giving much of a run up. I think he's got a plan out there, Dave.
I think so. And this would be a great
See if
time to
Villarreal
score.
can turn the trick again. Oh, he didn't have to make a save, Dave, as that one goes into the Tulsa Knight. And a goal kick coming up for Brazos Valley. And oh my.
Yeah, hugely disappointed for Watson. Second penalty missed by the Athletic. That, could well have put the game to bed. I know there's still, 27 to go. But they've got to pick themselves up again now. They're still in control of this at 1-0.
With 4 subs left on the bench and 2 windows to use them. And there's Cashin to Oliveira. Chavez to Bryson Reed. Who living dangerously on that one. Cashin from Garcia. Chavez. Sasha. He's just directing traffic there, and the ball gets poked clear. But
Yeah, Sech had to hold on to the ball there because Watson had run into an offside position.
right. Good eye, Dave. Good eye. Oliveira. Decent little run of possession there, and now you got Aguirre.
Yeah, didn't really know what he was doing there. Aguirre could have maybe controlled
Goal
that
kick, Tulsa.
and, had a go at the defense, but he, in the end, tried a sort of shot and it came to nothing.
65th minute, 1-0 to the Athletic. Yeah, I called a lot of Rogers State games this fall, Dave, and I caught myself doing something. I call it the NASCAR effect. Whereas I will call the minute that we're in the game until we get to about the 75th, and I start calling less than 15, less than 13, like I do laps to go. Sasha. Cash and Ruiz. There he is. Garcia into a crowd.
Yeah, by his own standards, Ruiz has had a quiet game tonight, hasn't he? He hasn't been able to get on the ball much.
Not really. Up and oh my. You got to start thinking every time you do something like that, that's going to shave 20, 25 seconds off the clock. Bryson Reed is a savvy, experienced player. He's not going to kick this ball until he absolutely has to. And no sooner than I say that, he puts the ball in play quicker than I expected.
Yeah, and we say again, nobody's been rolling around tonight. Nobody's been, trying to run the clock down. It's been a really good cup tie so far, and, you hope we're in for another good 24 minutes to finish it out.
Absolutely. 1-0. Tulsa Athletic. Cashin, but they threw him right into the fray, didn't they?
They certainly did, but good player to bring on, though. And, of course, everybody locally in Tulsa wanting this score to stay the same and bring on that eagerly awaited second round local derby.
Oh, my gosh. The Tulsa soccer community is going to lose its mind if the score holds up. And part of, I think, its appeal of the game, it would happen in 2 weeks, is that it's here. Yeah.
Long way to go. Brazos may have a say in it yet, but you're absolutely right. People looking forward to it, and we'll see.
It's not exactly playing Millwall in the Den, but it's close.
I've been to the Den.
Lived to tell about it, too. DaCosta, dispossessed. Reyes, that's trouble. And cleared.
Shall we just say that Millwall fans are passionate about
Davis.
their team?
Oh, that was shepherded nicely. Oh, well, did you look at that? 2 players in the window this time. That is number 20.
Kieran Winters.
Kieran Winters.
Yeah. Talking of FC Tulsa, former FC Tulsa player.
There's Rio Mello.
And again, this is where substitutions can be used wisely because, again, they're up to, we say again, the Brazos only have brought 11 players, Toby, so fresh legs coming on is not going to help their cause, but it will help the Athletic cause. But that's interesting. Winters and Mello have gone into the center of the field here.
Garcia and Sasha are off here in the 68th. Winters and Mello are on in the 68th.
And we got another card here for the number 9. Late on Chris Taylor there. So another card for the Brazos.
Number 9.
Yellow card awarded to number 9.
That's
for
Danny
Brazos
Riley.
FC.
That's the coach.
That's the coach.
Yep. He's
Danny Riley.
letting Chris Taylor know he's in a cup tie. I think Taylor's okay.
The coach here, he's the assistant coach at Incarnate Word in San Antonio. When he was a player, he was a 2-time conference player of the year at St. Edwards. 31 years old.
Hasn't had quite the effect maybe he would have liked on the game, but he's a strong player out there, and as we've just seen by that last challenge, putting himself about.
There's a loose ball. All the way to Reed. 70th minute. 1-0.
I'll talk to Chris Taylor when I walk my dog, sees my neighbour. I'll talk to him about that challenge. He'll say, "No, I just shrugged it off, got up and played on. Seen it all before."
Ooh. It's a feat of daring do there by Jordan Watson. And Brazos on the move again. Reed prevents or does he?
Did not prevent it, according to the assistant referee corner.
Right.
There's 20 minutes to go, Tulsa Athletic. Let's get it going. Come on.
I think Joe Ruiz, by the way, has dropped a little deeper, the number 21 for the Athletic here.
That's probably prudent. DaCosta with the corner. That was a bullet.
Yeah, Cashin got his head in the way of that bravely. Less than 20 minutes to go.
Ball back into the middle third. And in the touch.
This game, Toby, I mean, it really could go either way, couldn't it, as we know? I mean, a goal for the Brazos now, and we've got a grandstand last 20 minutes. A goal for the Athletic could shut this game down.
Oh, I think if they get another one, it's over. Making up 2 goals in 20 minutes with no subs is a bridge too far, but we are not... There's a throw from Davis. Martinez all the way back out to Cardoza, sitting on a yellow card, coming up from his center back position. Ball played back to Cardoza. Martinez to Guerrero. Lopez.
The Athletic just playing with one up top now, Watson. Kieran Winters, as we said, you know, in the central midfield, playing behind Watson.
I'm not so sure parking the bus is a great idea, Dave. That's a...
Yeah, it looks to me like Watson's up top, and then you're almost playing 2 number 10s in Mello and Winters, although they'll drop back in to make it a 5-man midfield. Oliveira's got a little bit of a problem here, so this will be stopped by the referee. And of course, now you start thinking about 19 minutes to go. I think DaCosta just checking with the referees. He stopped the clock here because you could have 4 or 5 minutes on the clock at the end of this one.
You could.
Well, let's hear it, Tulsa Athletic fans. How you doing out there tonight?
Oliveira goes down.
Green!
If you're an Athletic fan, the announcer here trying to get them going. I mean, they've seen their side have 2 penalties missed. They've seen a goal, but boy, they're not making it easy for the fans, are they, Toby? But they want that second goal.
Not today. It looks like a few more filed in since the first half have started.
I don't know if you could pick that up on the feed. The 4th official saying, are we subbing him? I don't think they're going to take Captain Oliveira off, are they?
No, not when the guy who probably would have the armband is already off the pitch. Oh.
Well, he's taking his shin guards off. He is coming off.
What do we know?
Here. Referees saying the watch is stopped.
KB Harris
Substitution, Tulsa, 74th minute.
comes on in the 74th.
Well, he's not allowed on at the moment.
Well, when he is.
Yeah, waiting down below us here. So temporarily the Athletic down to 10.
KB Harris played on the athletic team of 21, as we mentioned before. Can play anywhere on the field. Probably that's a free kick.
Yeah, Chris Taylor fouled there. Slightly strong challenge. And now KB Harris does come into the fray.
KB played for Reign FK last season.
So what's that? Four substitutions, I think.
That's
now.
the last one because that's the third window. So this is it. The hands are set.
Cards on the table.
Cards are on the table. Sticking with that metaphor, if I were Brazos, I'd ask to run it twice.
Good tackle,
Davis.
Kieran Winters.
Not much of a threat to equalize at that position on the pitch. 75th minute. Athletic 1, Brazos 0. First round U.S. Open Cup.
Definitely more defensive from the Athletic. You can understand it, Toby. 1-0. Delicate game here. Delicately poised. But they're certainly sitting in. Like you say, wouldn't call it parking the bus, but they're certainly sitting in and then looking for Watson to get a second on the break.
Right. They're just daring them to find some space. And so far, a little wild, but a process keep possession. Davis. It's back to Lopez.
They're keeping possession here well, the Brazos. They're
Well,
not giving up on this one.
Well, I'm sure Tulsa Athletic will let them keep possession in the middle of the pitch all day.
Yeah, that was just going to add, as you said, that they need a clear-cut opportunity. You normally get at least one before the end of the game, so Athletic will need to be at their best.
Got a free kick coming up here, and that's not in a threatening position right now, but
Of course, the other thing to say is, you go all the way down the field, you get in behind the defence, you've still got to beat Bryson Reed, who is a phenomenal goalkeeper. He's made a couple of brilliant saves early on in this game.
it can happen. It has happened. Ask Motown. That was a heartbreaker last July. The last time I was in a booth calling a Tulsa Athletic game. Had a 1-0 lead going into the last 10 minutes, but that was quite a squad. Motown also playing their first U.S. Open Cup tie today. Up and over. No, stays in play.
Cashin just getting that one out untidily, but it's effective.
It doesn't have to be pretty. There are no style points. Davis punches that one into the, oh my, I think that might be a, yes it is. It is a corner. 77th minute.
Big 13 minutes for both teams here.
Huge 13 minutes. DaCosta taking the corner. That one's cleared. He doesn't really believe in swinging high arching corners in, does he, Dave?
He's trying to score every time, isn't he?
He is. DaCosta again. Looking for a crease. Harris beaten. Bumps him off the ball. No call. KB Harris. There's Jordan. Watson on the right wing. Stuttered up just a little bit there.
Yeah,
There's Lopez.
Watson did well there. Ugbo was up there with him, but couldn't get round the defenders. And fair play to Brazos there, just again with no subs, so having to do it all the 11 that started the game, and they did get back in numbers.
It's Cashin. Harris. Driven low.
Less than 12 minutes to go.
1-0. to the Athletic.
And the Athletic happy here with this 5-man midfield. Just Watson up front, as we saw with the breakaway. They're happy to sit in and try to win this one 1-0 or hopefully get a second.
You're happy to keep it in the middle third like this. It's KB Harris. And you'll see him all over the place these last 10 minutes. It's Cashin. Ruiz. No.
Yeah, Reyes wanted it wide right there, and they could have kept possession.
It's a rare miscue from Ruiz. Whistle and a free kick coming up for Brazos Valley Cavalry in the 79th minute. Should Brazos Valley equalize, there'll be 30 minutes of extra time. No golden goals in the U.S. Open Cup.
No golden goals, and if you want my honest opinion, I'm not a big fan of golden goals.
I am not even silver goals. But I got to tell you, Dave, they got to figure out a better way than penalty kicks to settle high-stakes matches that you can't deal with after 2 hours. I mean, our friends of the FA Cup, they've got to figure it out through the quarterfinal to go replays, but that's wide. But you really can't do that at the World Cup, can you?
No, unfortunately not. And, you know, they are saying, referees coming across to talk to the fourth official here about something. But you're right.
Stopwatches. Looks like.
No,
it's spray. He's had a spray.
Oh, there you go. There's the old, he needs some more spray. So, but, you know, yeah, you're right. World Cups, you know, being decided on a penalty kick and you're remembered for missing one, or keepers, of course, saving them. And, you know, this World Cup was decided, wasn't it, on that? So you're right, but nobody's come up with a better solution yet.
Jordan Watson. Well, he's got some company up front now. Dispossessed. And Bear. Crossed in.
Imber did well down the left.
He did. Banana.
Yeah,
couldn't control it.
Didn't get enough on it, did he?
Squirts.
And that, you know, we said a few minutes ago, you often get an opportunity, and that may well have been it. Watson might be offside there. I think
flag stays down. Davis.
There's another thing we could talk about. Offside.
What's wrong with offside?
Nothing. If everybody could work it out, that'd be great. I mean, with VAR, everything, you know. I used to be able to explain it to my wife, but I can't anymore.
Cashin, he was onside. It's got Davis beat, but not the byline. Yeah, because not the byline. Whistle. And a free kick coming up from the left wing.
Free kick, Tulsa.
As we're just about to, 81-40, 82nd minute.
Yeah, 8 minutes left, and, you know, this is a good opportunity to slow things down. Referee saying that Cashin was knocked over there, and no one in a hurry to take this. I think Mello's going to come across.
Let's hear it, Tulsa Athletic fans. Let's go!
Now, this would be a great time to score for the Athletic, Toby, of course.
This that would be the death knell, I think, if they could double up on the lead here. Mello taking the corner. It's not a corner, it's a free kick. It just looks like a corner.
Good as, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink shirts in about the box. That one's driven low. Cleared. They're going to call it a throw-in, Dave.
Yeah, it was a good idea actually from Mello. He drove it in there, trying to catch them all by surprise on the near post, but defender was there. Throw in for Mitchell Cashin, and again he's going to take his time, and you know the clock ticking down. 7 minutes left. Plus we think about 4 or 5 certainly on the clock.
That was played in. And a throw-in coming up for Brazos Valley. 84th. Or less than 7 plus stoppage time in NASCAR mode. There's DaCosta to Davis. Oh my goodness. That's going to be it. There's a card. That card goes down to the 84th. That is Berna Lopez.
Yellow card awarded to Brazos, Bernard Lopez.
And I think the thing is, you can almost understand it. Again, we keep saying it. There are no subs to bring on. They're going to get tired. Sometimes the only way you can do it is to just pull the man back. Cashin was away then.
Yeah, prevents an attack, buys you a little time, get a little blow too, but it does cost you a yellow. You hope it's worth it. Rio Mello taking another shot at it here from the left side on a set piece. They're not exactly crowding the box, though. Ah, nice. Shot deflected and cleared, sort of. DaCosta. Oh, it
hit Harris there, didn't
Harris
it?
right in
Throwing
the melon
down the right-hand side.
I think that was a more intended hit in the head.
Urgency now from the away side, of course.
Absolutely. It's
6 minutes left.
In the 85th, down a goal. They got to be exhausted. That's loose. A lot of backspin on that one. Pitching wedge to guess who?
And that's DaCosta just overcooking that one a little bit. But, you know, praise them.
Let's
This
hear
away
it,
side.
Tulsa.
Only one goal.
5 minutes left. Come on.
Only one goal. 5 minutes left plus the injury time. Brazos still in this cup tie.
Absolutely. They got to find something. I've got to stop saying absolutely. I'll check the thesaurus when I get home. Got to have better words in 2 weeks. It rolls off the tongue so nicely.
You've said absolutely as many times as I've had cups of tea today.
You've really got to cut down on the tea. Watson had it there for a second. Cashin. Can't connect with the pass. And here comes Brazos Valley. Aguirre can't get there. And no nonsense on that one.
Chris Taylor has been outstanding for me. He's not put a foot wrong at the center of that three. I mean, to be honest, the three have been great for the Athletic, but Chris Taylor's shown all his experience tonight.
87th minute. DaCosta. 25 yards from the byline. That one's headed clear. I think Harris got that one. Martinez. No. Cleared. But DaCosta bats it down. Oh, that was a dangerous ball that cut right through everybody. And
it did. It was like a line drive, wasn't it? It just needed someone to outstretch the leg and deflect to get past.
Like an asteroid that goes like all the way through space and doesn't hit any planets.
But they're still knocking on the door here. Time against them now, but, you know, the Athletic need to see this one out professionally. And obviously the icing on the cake will be a second for the Athletic.
88th minute, Bryson Reed. Here we go. Watson. Still Watson. Goes by Cash, and now he's just in the corner. Gives that like never hurt anybody, Dave.
Nobody wants to pick the poor flag up either.
Ruiz goes to ground, and that's a free kick. God, you could hear that one from up here.
Yeah, tired foul again from Imbera. I mean, again, we say they've worked so hard. But I think it's take it in the corner time, isn't it?
Maybe. That's sort of the vibe I got from the last time we were over here. This time, we're going and another. That's Davis, and that's second yellow, and he's done.
Second yellow, Warner Davis, red card in the 89th minute.
And now you're down a goal, you're down a man. The only saving grace is it happened in the 89th and not in the 55th.
You're right, and I feel a bit sorry for Davis, really, because he's had a good game. It's not been a dirty, malicious tackling game. You know, I think his first yellow card was a little bit unlucky, but I think, you know, it's also good officiating. I know it's a slight irony, but, you know, to say, or contradiction, excuse me, you know, that I think the referee has to produce the yellow card, but you feel sorry that it's just 2 tackles that have got him sent off when he's had a good game.
The first was a legit yellow card, but it was unfortunate that a bunch of other stuff had built up at that point. The ref had to make a point on make an example of somebody, and
now they're really up against
6 yellow
it.
cards now, and 1 red. 10 men now for Brazos Valley in the 90th minute. Another whistle.
And this is what the Athletic want. They want this ball now. They're going to break this up. They don't mind it being like this, for free kick being given. They're happy to just control this ball.
Harris.
Oh, there's one over here.
Ugba. Shot. Up and over. And another guy who's been unusually quiet. Oh, and kind of took a bad step there and still is. 3 minutes of stoppage time coming up, folks.
Great header there from C.P. Harris in the middle.
3 minutes stoppage time. 3 minutes.
I have to say, I'm quite astounded. That's only 3, but you'll take it if you're a home fan.
That's a wide one. Aguirre loses possession to Cashin.
Ugba's free on the right here, Toby.
Oh, yes. The speedy Ugba. And you've been waiting for him to come alive. There's no. Sure, he was wide open, but he was 5 yards off sides, Dave.
Yeah, and Mello gets a yellow card for kicking the ball towards the goal there.
Mello a yellow in the 90th minute.
Kitchen sink time now, Toby. I think they've got to throw it now at this back line that are pushed up quite a way up because of the breeze. This should go over the top towards Reed, the goalkeeper.
It should.
But they want a flicked header here and someone running in on it.
If they draw a corner out of this, you might even bring the goalkeeper up. That was probably seconds they couldn't afford to burn off. Got a little cute. Ball knocked about in the Athletic box, and another foul and a free kick coming up, and another yellow card.
But more importantly, time off the clock for the Athletic. They can just
and
take the time with this one and see it out now.
And when you bring it on yourself, that's usually not time they're going to add back on.
To Bravos FC, 92nd minute.
Amazing with the yellow cards, isn't it? That in this day and age, you know, it doesn't take much for a yellow card. But actually, it's been a great game, and that both sets of players have played the game in the right way. There's been some good tackling, some good play. It's been a good cup tie.
It has been a good cup tie. It's been an exciting, entertaining 90 minutes of soccer for only a 1-0 game.
And then 2 penalty misses. We mustn't forget one in each.
Oh God,
it
could have been 3 had those gone through, but. About another minute to go in stoppage time. That one had a clear. Martinez plays that one up, and that's going to go over the byline. This might do it, Dave.
I think so. I think so now, because it was only 3 added on. This could well be the last action. And, you know, who cares what the score is? If you're an Athletic fan, you win it by 1-0, which we think they'll, barring, you know, something extraordinary now. Who cares? You're in the next round.
Right.
And, of course, it's local derby. Bring on FC Tulsa.
course, the way the wind's blowing now, it could blow it right back at him into the goal. A low drive. And we're not done yet, but we're going straight for the corner. I don't even think 2-0 is on the table. Told you.
That's outstanding play from Watson. Really took time off the clock there. It's got to go forward now. Is there one last chance?
One last try. Ball goes into touch. And that's it. 90 minutes in the books. Tulsa Athletic 1, Brazos Valley Cavalry 0. Tulsa Athletic will move on to the second round of the U.S. Open Cup and will take on Dave's FC Tulsa.
Absolutely, a mouth-watering tie. It'll be the tie of the round for me in the second round. Local derby. Everybody wants it at Athletic, and, you know, congratulations to the Athletic. They've worked hard tonight. They missed 2 penalties, we know that, but they got the all-important goal. They win it 1-0, and they go into the next round.
Absolutely marvelous tie. Big matchup coming up 2 weeks from today on April the 5th, 6th. 1 goal tonight. Stefan Secha in the 31st minute propels Tulsa Athletic to the second round, where they will take on FC Tulsa right here, and Dave and I will be right here.
We certainly will, Toby. It's been an absolute pleasure, and, you know, congratulations to both teams on a great night. Let's just pay a bit of tribute to the away side, Brazos. They went down to 10 men. They've really given it everything tonight. It's always hard when you haven't got any subs, but they were just outdone by the strength of the Athletic tonight.
It was a courageous effort by Brazos Valley. We wish them all the best in their USL 2 season.
Absolutely. They've been a pleasure to commentate on tonight. They had a really good spell. First 10-15 minutes they were outstanding, but in the end the Athletic were just too good tonight.
Yeah, Vince Lombardi once said fatigue makes cowards of us all, Dave. And that's there's really not much left to say. They'll move on.
They will move on. They'll pick themselves up. I mean, they've been proud with their performance tonight, but it's the Athletic now going across to their fans and saying thank you for supporting them on this beautiful night here. Bit breezy, but temperature in the 80s at kickoff. Outstanding, and it'll be here again for FC Tulsa.
Right. Man of the match tonight, Dave?
Well, I think, you know, I go for a pretty much unsung heroes. I would say Chris Taylor. I thought he was outstanding at the back. I mean, the back three were all good, but Taylor, to me, never put a foot wrong. Watson worked hard up front. Normally you go with a goal scorer, but I would go with defender Chris Taylor tonight.
I hard to disagree with that. You want to talk about coming off the bench. This guy's not even a player anymore. Comes in because, you know, all your college players are out. It's like he never missed a beat. He was an absolute rock as a center defender tonight. I had to go with Chris Taylor. Absolutely, is the there it is again. You're man of the match. No interviews tonight, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. We thank you all for tuning in. For Dave Saunders and our technical director, Philip Sumner, this is Toby Moore saying goodnight from Athletic Community Field at Hicks Park. Tulsa Athletic 1, Brazos Valley Cavalry 0, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody.